This module will introduce you to the Ruckus ZoneFlex Indoor Access Point product line. At the completion of this module, you'll be able to list the ZoneFlex family of indoor access points and their product functionality of low range, mid-range, and high range. Describe the primary functions of each access point, and know where to get additional information on the ZoneFlex product. Ruckus has a family of indoor access points that are used on both service provider and enterprise applications. The access points are offered in low, mid, and high-end models with the appropriate feature sets, such as the number of radio chains, Ethernet ports, and the type of polarization. Ruckus has even more high-performance access points planned for the future. We'll start our discussion on the access points by starting at the highest performing models down to our entry-level APs. This slide shows the access point model numbering scheme. ZoneFlex is the brand name of our access points. The first letter indicates the product family. R implies an indoor AP, T implies an outdoor AP, P is a point-to-point, and H implies a wall plate access point. The next digit represents the relative performance position, such as entry-level, mid-range, and high-end. The last two digits represent product variants and are used as needed for model variants, generations, and so forth. Before describing our access points, let's define a common nomenclature used on our access points and, for that matter, on all access points sold today. For this example, we'll show the R700 circuit board. The R700 is defined as a 3x3x3 dual-band access point. What exactly does this mean? On this access point, each frequency band, 5 GHz or 2.4 GHz, has 3 radio chains, and each of these radio chains is connected to an antenna. The first 3 means that this access point has 3 transmit radio chains. In the R700, for example, these are connected to 3 5 GHz antennas, 2 vertical and 1 horizontal, and 3 2.4 GHz antennas, 2 vertical and 1 horizontal. The second 3 means that there are also 3 received radio chains for each band. The third 3 means that there are 3 spatial streams associated with each band, 1 for each 5 GHz antenna and 1 for each 2.4 GHz antenna. The number of streams is a property of the radio chipset, and it will vary depending on the chipset manufacturer. Assuming a clear signal, a 3 spatial stream link will achieve 3 times the throughput of a single spatial stream in the same channel. For 11AC, the phi rate is 433 megabits per second per stream. For 11N, the phi rate is 150 megabits per stream. The actual rate can be less due to packet overhead and airtime efficiencies, such as multiple clients trying to access the channel at the same time. The ZoneFlex R710 is our first 802.11ac Wave 2 indoor access point. It is a dual-band AP featuring 4 spatial streams per radio for a total of 8 spatial streams. This allows for phi rates of 1,733 megabits per second on the 5 GHz band and up to 800 megabits per second on the 2.4 GHz band. On the 5 GHz radio, the R710 supports up to 80 MHz channelization, and on both radios, 256 QAM modulation is supported to achieve the highest possible MCS rates. It features BeamFlex Plus adaptive antenna technology with polarization diversity. As a Wave 2 feature, it supports multi-user MIMO for up to 3 multi-user spatial streams. It also supports 802.11ac standardized chip-based transmit beamforming. It has 2 gigabit Ethernet ports and is possible to bond these ports together using link aggregation or LACP. It has a USB port for the Internet of Things or IoT devices, for example BLE beacons. As for power, the R710 can be powered by 802.AF or ATF power over Ethernet, 12-volt DC power with a power cord, and an 802.3AF operating mode feature that allows the AP to operate in a low enough power to run on standard power over Ethernet. For controller platform support, it requires Zone Director 9.12 for the ZD1200, 3000, and 5000. Take note that the ZD1100 does not support the R710. For the Smart Zone platforms, release 3.1.1 or later is required, and this applies to all of the Smart Zone platforms. The following short video gives an overview of the Ruckus R700 indoor access point. It is narrated by Eric Stressen-Reuter, Technical Marketing Manager at Ruckus.
At 8 inches long and 8 inches wide, just over 2 inches tall, the new lightweight Ruckus R700 redefines functional aesthetics and industry-leading performance with the very first Wi-Fi access point built from the ground up. This exploits the new 802.11ac standard with features and functions not found in any other access point on the market. 11ac is a new Wi-Fi standard that promises gigabit-level performance through the use of wider channels, more spatial streams, more efficient modulation, and a host of other capabilities. But to realize this performance requires an explicit architecture and discrete RF control that go well beyond conventional reference designs from other Wi-Fi suppliers. A look under the hood and a quick tour around reveals exactly why the R700 is the best access point in its class. The high-capacity R700 is a 3-stream, dual-band access point, so the first thing you'll notice is the use of 6 unique smart antenna arrays. 3 of these are used for each spatial stream in the 5 GHz band and 3 in the 2.4 GHz band. These antenna arrays are based on our patented BeamFlex technology, which is used to automatically focus and direct Wi-Fi signals over the fastest path for each client on a per-packet basis. By doing this, the R700 is able to extend signals farther, delivering stronger and higher data rates to clients. From all these smart antenna arrays, the R700 can select from thousands of directional antenna combinations to create a unique RF pattern for each client. These smart antennas are dual polarized, which means the AP is capable of sending and receiving Wi-Fi signals in both horizontal and vertical patterns. This is important because many of today's mobile devices are constantly being used in different orientations. The R700 can quickly adapt to these changes to provide greater reliability and performance. The combination of these technologies enables the R700 to deliver aggregate data rates of up to 1.75 gigabits per second. That's 1.3 gigabits per second for 5 GHz and 450 megabits per second for 2.4. We also provide 2 gigabit Ethernet ports, which allows for greater device flexibility for different installations. The R700 is also one of the only 11AC devices on the market today to operate over standard 802.3 AF Power over Ethernet, so there's no need to invest in high-powered PoE switches. Taking a look at the bottom of the R700, you'll notice we made this device simple to install and deploy with integrated keyholes for wall or ceiling mounting, an adjustable acoustic drop ceiling bracket, and a Kensington lock option to secure your device. So there you have it, the only 11AC access point that delivers blazingly fast data rates and extended signal range within a low-profile and lightweight industrial design. Operating as a standalone access point or part of a centrally managed wireless LAN, the R700 redefines Wi-Fi as we know it.
The ZoneFlex R600 is a 3x3x3 802.11ac access point available at a compelling price point. It is ideal for medium to high density mobile device wireless networks. The R600 features dual radios capable of concurrent operation, a 5 GHz 11A, N, and AC radio, in a 3x3x3 spatial stream configuration capable of physical layer data rates of up to 1300 megabits per second, and a 2.4 GHz 802.11B, G, and N radio in a 3x3x3 spatial stream configuration which offers an additional 450 megabits per second of physical layer throughput. It is equipped with Ruckus's patented embedded BeamFlex Plus adaptive antennas, which offers 512 distinct selectable antenna patterns per band and offers a performance advantage in the receive direction by intelligently combining signals received across the access point's cross-polarization antennas, and offers a performance advantage in the receive direction by intelligently combining signals received across the AP's cross-polarized antennas, boosting performance, especially for wireless networks serving mobile and handheld client devices. It has 2 gigabit Ethernet ports and is power efficient, capable of operating with full functionality on standard 802.3 AF Power over Ethernet. This keeps the total cost of ownership of the R600 low by eliminating the need to upgrade to a more expensive Power over Ethernet plus switch infrastructure. The R600 integrates with existing network infrastructure and delivers best-in-class 802.11ac performance and reliability at a very competitive price, making it the ideal wireless solution for mid-range enterprise and branch office applications. The R500 is very similar to the R600, but is a 2x2x2 access point for a lower price point and less demanding Wi-Fi environment. It has a physical layer data rate of up to 866 megabits per second at 5 gigahertz and 300 megabits per second at 2.4 gigahertz. Another difference is the reduced number of patterns per radio band. The R500 has 64 patterns per band versus 512 for the R600. The rest of the features are the same, such as the 2 gigabit Ethernet ports and the mounting support for acoustic ceiling, hard surface, and a security bracket. The R300 is a competitive price, entry-level dual-band 2x2x2 stream 802.11a, b, g, and n access point with a PHY rate of 600 megabits per second. The 2.4 and 5 gigahertz radio can operate in concurrent operation. It uses Ruckus's ZoneFlex adaptive antennas and has one 10, 100, or 1000 base T Ethernet port with 802.3 AF Class 3 Power over Ethernet input or 12 volts DC. It includes mounting support for hard wall and ceiling, 15/16 acoustic ceiling rail or desktop with a Kessington lock for security. If you take a look at our access points from the R300 at the bottom of this chart to the R710 at the top, each incremental upwards in our product positioning, from good to better to best, fundamentally has to do with improved performance. The performance differentiators on the R710 come from the fourth spatial stream, the fact that it supports multi-user MIMO, has the fastest processor compared to any access points in our portfolio, its dual-core processor, and also by virtue of the fourth spatial stream. The R710 supports more antenna patterns than any other access point, so it will certainly offer the highest speeds and feeds than any other access point, and therefore sits at the top of our positioning. The key benefits of our 11AC Wave 1 and Wave 2 access points are extended 802.11ac coverage, which achieves 11AC rates at further ranges due to BeamFlex. Mobile device ready by using PD-MRC, which is called BeamFlex Plus, that adapts to changing client device orientations, and differentiated services. These are high-performance, reliable wireless LAN access points that support a rich variety of differentiated services, such as SCI and spot location-based services. SCI and spot have their own training modules. This slide shows the recessed frame drop ceiling and flush frame drop ceiling mounts that can be used with the R600 and R500. When using the recessed frame drop ceiling mount, first attach the drop ceiling bracket to the access point. Then mount the access point bracket combination to the frame, and finally slide the ceiling tiles down onto the frame. When using the flush frame drop ceiling mount, first mount the access point directly to the frame using the integrated frame clips. Next, insert the torque screws for physical security if using this feature, then slide the ceiling tiles down onto the frame. Here we see the accessory bracket, which is sold separately for pole mount, electrical wall box mount, or truss mount for the 7372 R500 and R600. This slide shows the R300 wall mounting bracket. First, you would mount the bracket to a wall, then mount the access point to the bracket, and then secure it with either a Phillips head screw or a security torque screw for added security. Here we see how to mount the R300 bracket on a pole or truss using the bracket and zip ties or pipe clamps, and how to attach the mount to a recessed frame acoustic ceiling using zip ties. Ruckus also offers two indoor multi-service 802.11ac and 11n wired and wireless indoor wall switch access points that fit within an electrical junction box, the ZoneFlex H500 and the ZoneFlex 7055. These two access points are an ideal solution for offering multiple connections into hotel guest rooms and university dormitories without multiple cables. The ZoneFlex H500 is the industry's first 11AC wired and wireless wall switch with adaptive antenna technology. It is a merger of our BeamFlex adaptive antenna technology with the wall plate AP category. It comes with polarization diversity, which adapts well to mobile client orientations. Out of the box, the H500 also comes with a power setting which is called matched band coverage. This is a configurational power setting in the radios which effectively gives similar coverage between the 5 GHz and 2.4 GHz bands. It supports a feature called in-room private networking, which allows guests in hotel rooms to use the network like their home network in sharing multiple devices that they might bring into the hotel room. It comes with 5 Ethernet ports. One of the ports is a 10-100-1000 port that also serves as a PoE input for the whole device. On the front face are 4 fast Ethernet ports, with one being equipped with a PoE out port that can power devices such as voice over IP telephone. It supports Bluetooth Low Energy or BLE smart beacons. On the rear side is a cable channel for supporting in-room legacy structures such as PBX telephones in the room. It mounts to worldwide standard electrical outlet boxes and ships with a wall plate adapter which fits different sizes of wall plate mounting hardware. It also fits within a single gang width wall plate, which means that if there is an adjacent wall plate, there is no interference with that wall plate. For software support, the H500 requires ZoneFlex release 9.10 or later, and for the Smart Zone platforms, it requires release 3.0.3 or upwards. This slide summarizes the H500 wired ports. There is a 10-100-1000 base T Ethernet port on the back side of the AP, which is a PoE input device as well. It advertises Class 4 as PoE because the front PoE output port can increase the power budget of the H500 to be on standard 802.3 AF power. However, with nothing plugged into the front PoE port or with less than 5 watts connected to the front PoE port, the H500 is still functional under 802.3 AF power. There are 4 LAN ports, which are front-facing fast Ethernet ports, with one being a PoE output port with a 5-watt budget if the whole AP is powered by 802.3 AF, whereas this port can actually power up to full 802.3 AF power budget if the AP is powered by an AT power source. The additional port to mention on this side is the sensor port, which is a BLE beacon hosting port, which is a low power use port that can power up to 0.5 watts, which is more than adequate for BLE beacons and low powered sensors, but not enough to charge mobile phones or other USB types of applications, such as LTE dongles. Its primary purpose is for low-power BLE beacon devices. Also shown on this slide is the back of the AP showing the location of the uplink port as well as the cable channel pull-through for preserving any room infrastructure for cables behind the wall. The ZoneFlex 7055 is a dual-band concurrent 2-stream 802.11n wall plate access point that has been around for some time. It features integrated 2.4 and 5 GHz concurrent 802.11n wireless LAN radios, 5 wired Ethernet ports, power over Ethernet output, and a pass-through port for devices such as digital phones that require native access to a PBX system. It is designed with hotels and multi-dwelling units in mind and is easy to mount to an electrical junction box with a sleek, low-profile form factor. It provides flexible deployment options with Ruckus Smart Mesh networking for areas without existing Ethernet infrastructure. Ruckus continues to sell legacy 802.11 access points with a proven track record. The next few slides will cover some of these. One of Ruckus's highest performing 11N indoor access point is the ZoneFlex 7982. This access point is for enterprises and carriers requiring increased wireless performance, capacity, unparalleled ease of use, and greater business value, especially within high-density environments. The 7982 delivers consistent performance and maintains stable connections within high-capacity environments and to smart mobile devices that constantly change their location and orientation. A simple variation of the device's orientation can account for up to a 5 times performance degradation among Wi-Fi products unable to adapt to such changes. To address these challenges, the ZoneFlex 7982 is the only 3-stream 802.11n access point to combine dynamic polarization diversity with adaptive antenna arrays and transmit beamforming to give customers up to a 4 times improvement in Wi-Fi performance, signal gain, and reception. It is capable of supporting up to 512 clients per access point and has advanced features including transmit beamforming, airtime fairness, band steering, and channel fly. The ZoneFlex 7352 and the 7372 are older 802.11n mid-range mobile device-ready access points. The 7352 is 11N single-band 2.4 GHz access point, while the 7372 has dual-band 11N radios for both 2.4 and 5 GHz. The 7372-E is an external antenna version. These access points include the Ruckus patented adaptive antennas with PDMRC to deliver BeamFlex Plus, spectrum analysis, advanced location capabilities, BeamFlex adaptive antennas with 128 antenna patterns per band, and support hundreds of clients. As you can see, Ruckus has an excellent portfolio of indoor access points that are used for both service providers and enterprise applications. Let's look at a few more mounting accessory options. While indoor APs are typically mounted horizontally, such as to a ceiling, the coverage patterns of our access points and the adaptability of the BeamFlex adaptive antenna systems means that the access points can be mounted vertically, such as to a wall, with little or no impact on performance. As a rule of thumb, APs should be mounted to the ceiling if possible, but if they must be mounted to a wall for whatever reason, they will work just fine. Ruckus sells mounting hardware for different access points depending upon their use. Here we see an example of an R700 and 7982 mounting brackets for different applications, such as hard wall or ceiling mount, utility outlet box, pole or truss mount, and any angle bracket, and physical security such as padlock security. To find the correct mounting hardware for each access point, Ruckus provides an accessory guide with mounting hardware, regional power adapters, power over Ethernet adapters, fiber conversion kits, and so forth. This accessory guide is available on the Ruckus website. As a reminder of where to get more information, you can go to the ruckuswireless.com website, click on the Products tab, and then select the ZoneFlex Indoor Access Points. Here you can download datasheets and other information. In this module, we have overviewed the ZoneFlex family of indoor access points by their functionality, described the primary functions of each access point, and shown you where to get additional information on the ZoneFlex products. Let's go through a few test your knowledge questions now to check your understanding of the material. Click Next when you're ready to begin.